Wizards of the Coast has just printed the most broken commander ever. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and welcome to yet another Commander 2018 spoiler, because we have another cool card to talk about today. I know that those of you who were in the live stream earlier thought we were doing JJ's Magical Challenge. Well, apparently I fooled you and myself. I thought that's what we were doing, but nope, we got to talk about this super busted commander. The challenge will have to wait. So, who are we talking about? We're talking about Yuriko. I'm sure some of you already knew where I was going with this one. Anybody who knows Commander and has seen it has probably thought along the same lines that I have. Now, this is one I'm going to stay, let's say, starting off, first of all, I'm not a Commander dude. Like, I'm not a Commander expert. So this one is like a pure opinion piece, okay? You're going to need to weigh in with your opinion on this one as well, because to me, this card seems really busted. Let's go through what it is really quickly. It's a black, a blue, and a colorless for a 1/3 human ninja creature, and it has Commander Ninjutsu. Now, when I first saw that term, admittedly, I thought it was stupid. It's, first of all, ninjutsu sounds a bit goofy in Magic the Gathering, the ninjas thing, but hey, whatever, I've gotten way past that, that's fine. And the ninjutsu mechanic is actually really fun. I like it conceptually. So it's cool that it's included, but Commander Ninjutsu just feels like such a, I don't know, it just sounds like something that one of those kids who's like, I have the power of anime God on my side would say. I have Commander Ninjutsu. You know what I like, high level. I have Admiral Ninjutsu. Anyways, that being said, I then read what that actual ability meant, right? And what it means is that you can use this ninjutsu ability when the commander is in your hand and in the command zone. Now, for those of you who don't know, you don't know about the ninja cards from the Kamigawa block. There's a number of them. There's some really sweet cards, but they all have this ninjutsu ability that says you can replace this creature from, you can take the creature from your hand that has ninjutsu and put it into play, replacing a creature that is attacking and unblocked. So you can only use ninjutsu after the declare blockers phase. So, and this one says, and her ability is whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to that card's casting cost. That is insane to me, all right? Now, granted, bear in mind, I don't play Commander multiplayer games, right? I usually play one-on-one. But the combination of abilities, like first of all, the Commander Ninjutsu lets you circumvent normal Commander rules, essentially. For those of you guys who don't know Commander, the only thing you really need to know in this case is every Commander deck has a special legendary creature that's set aside in a separate area called the command zone. So the idea is that it's reusable. So whenever that commander dies or is going to be exiled, instead the player has the option to put it back in the command zone. And this guy your commander can be cast from the command zone, but each time you cast him, like if he dies, goes to the command zone and you bring him back, each time he costs 2 more. So with Yuriko, every time she died and you want to bring her back from the command zone, to cast her for her casting cost, you have to pay 2 extra. So she would be 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. That's how that works. But Commander Ninjutsu just says, screw all that noise. The whole commander tax, one of the main parts of how commander works, is just going to be thrown out the door, which seems crazy to me. For 2 mana, it's less than it costs to cast her. So she's always ready to switch out for any unblocked creature. And Commander, you play with these big, expensive spells. And they're big, expensive ninjas with nice abilities. I mean, you've got Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni. She's beefy, she regenerates, and she snags stuff from your opponent's graveyard. Hey, you know what? You guys want to take a moment, you want to talk about well-done, like, strong-looking female characters. You got your Ink Eyes, you got Yuriko. These are some pretty badass-looking bitches, man. They don't need to force that stuff in when it's done properly. So, on top of Ink Eyes, you also have the insane Silent Blade Oni. This guy is nuts. You get to play spells from your opponent's hand with him. Then you've got Higure the Steel Wind. And that dude is crazy too, because he lets you snag ninjas out of your deck whenever you hit with him. And for 2 mana, you can make a ninja unblockable, which is sick, but he does cost 5 to get out, so getting that unblockable ability is kind of, it's a slow roll. But if you can imagine, obviously, once you have Yuriko on the board and you can get her out after all the blocking's declared, you can go, oh, I know how many ninjas are going to get through. Here she comes. It's that card draw plus massive life loss, skipping around the commander attacks. And on top of that, you don't even need Higure to get that unblockable ability. When it comes to just making ninjas unblockable, just grab yourself a Walker of the Secret Way. That's cheaper and faster. So it feels like you can play with some really cheap, like easy to get out creatures here, and Yuriko's just going to be busted. I mean, when it comes to the ingrained rules like the tax, this isn't something they normally let you cheat around, and cheating around costs sometimes leads to a big problem. This feels like a commander, this feels like the most broken commander I've ever seen. This feels like it's pretty much guaranteed to get banned, which is too bad because the artwork is fantastic. Look at the color choices. The blues and the purples and the reds look all fantastic on her robes and everything. This is clearly set in the Kamigawa world, and you can see the temples in the background. And I love the Kamigawa world, right? It's so much more visually stimulating than Ravnica. Ravnica is that like boring sort of like endless old European city, right? And it's just dull to me to look at. Kamigawa is gorgeous, so I'm looking forward to going back to Kamigawa because that's happening after Ravnica, so that's nice. But anyways, back to the artwork here. I really enjoy the way that they have her head framed by the moon there. The clouds are breaking, the moon is coming through, and her head is haloed right there. It's perfect because she's got like the dark hair, so it contrasts and makes the face stand out really well. And humans are face-seeking creatures, so this artwork works really well for me. Honestly, the one nitpick I have about the card is that when you look at the weapon she's holding, she's got these crazy, insane claws with like the little like blood picks and everything. They look like crazy beast claws, right? And it makes it feel like she wouldn't be a 1/3. She feels like she should have a higher power. I mean, I get that the concept is supposed to be that these claw weapons she used, I guess, represent the... No, because it's whenever any ninja you control deals combat damage. So yeah, you know what, never mind. That is a fair nitpick. If it was just her, when she did the combat damage and explained it with her claws, but to me, I feel like there's a disconnect between the weaponry and stuff that she's using and her power. But overall, in my opinion, this is a completely broken commander. I would not be surprised at all to see that they had decided to ban this one. So let me know what you guys think about this one, and we will have to worry about when to do the magical actually, you know what, sorry, that reminds me, I've got another thing to talk about here, not related to Yuriko. We're done talking about that, but it's in regards to the live streams. So we had a policy where we were doing 10 o'clock live streams every day. Now that scheduling is no longer going to work. So we're going to go back to the old method where I just sort of streamed whenever. Now I know this may be a bit inconvenient because YouTube doesn't send out the notifications. I am sorry for that. You'll want to hop onto my Twitter if you're not on there, because I do tweet out when I'm live streaming, so you won't miss it that way. Also, we're going to be doing some other fun stuff on Twitter, so who knows? You know what? Maybe we'll do a live stream tonight. We'll do a magical battle for JJ, but the only way for you to know is to bring your VJJ over to my Twitter. I'll diddle you there.
Hey everybody, this is the Blind Hypno Dragon. All hail Hypno Dragon. And I just want to say together, we are the sixth color of magic. God, I can't say, I hope I'm taping this right.
They call me Perp.